My question basically is, should I go on vacation with my crazy, annoying, alcoholic family
No.
for
No. All right. Thanks for calling in.
it
Go
would be
ahead.
an all expenses paid trip to Greece.
Okay.
Ooh,
So my
fuck. You,
dad said
you
he
just
pays
what to say
for
to get me back on the hook.
yeah. So he would pay for me. I would, or we would have to pay for my husband to go.
Hilarious
For
move.
some context,
That's
it
awesome.
would, pardon?
That's awesome. Sorry, keep
It's
going.
awesome to not
Yeah.
pay for the husband. That's a hilarious move. But go ahead.
I know, I know. So there's part of the annoying bit, I guess.
Yeah.
But for context, I guess my dad had full custody of us growing up, but he had a bunch of issues. He's basically a high functioning alcoholic.
Mm,
We were basically raised by nannies. At this point, we're okay, but he's on his third wife, and the wife would be coming, and she is
mm,
just a piece of work herself.
yeah.
She's got OCD, which basically, if you don't do clean everything exactly the way she wants it, there's just a big meltdown. She'll freak out, give you the silent treatment for days.
She's got like diagnosed untreated OCD, or she's just an annoying
Yeah.
person.
No, it's been diagnosed, but she refuses to get treatment because
Awesome.
she just kind of has the view of like, if everyone just did everything exactly the way I wanted, then thered be no problem.
That's awesome. Sounds cool.
Yeah.
Sounds really cool
Yeah.
so far. Sounds really relaxing so far.
Yeah, so basically, it's just never relaxing being around them. At
Wh-
night, she'll
Yeah.
drink every night, and while she's not like malicious, she's just really freaking annoying,
Yeah.
interrupting everyone, is sad when we're not including her in the conversation, but then can't have a conversation. She's just so incoherent.
Right. Right. Damn. I mean, this
So
sounds fucking
basically,
horrible.
yeah. So I talked to my therapist, and she was basically like, it sounds like you shouldn't really spend any time in confined spaces with your family, basically,
Yeah.
because I just get so anxious and so angry every time I spend time with them. But it is a trip to Greece, which is,
Look, you're
I'd
not
never be able to afford that myself.
you look, you're talking to somebody who could not love vacationing in Greece more. It's the favorite thing I do in my life. I never feel better than when I'm just like zoned out on the beach. But here's the other thing, even me, right? I went on the beach. I went to Greece. My cousin got married. I had a real, 2 years ago or whatever it was when I had that super busy year when I did I had my special. I had the movie coming out, or I filmed the movie. I did the special. I had the special coming out in December, so I had to promote it. I went to Greece between all of those things, and I had a great, it was my cousin's wedding. I had a great time, but just like having the anxiety of everything I needed to do when I got back, kind of had me like, and also I knew I was to get through all that stuff. I was like, doing a lot of drugs and I was eating like shit, and I had a lot of like problems that I knew I needed to take care of, and just that weighing on me made that vacation like a little bittersweet.
Hmm.
And I was with my elders, like I was with my best friends, like I had great times, but like it wasn't. My point is I couldn't fully appreciate where I was, and I was dealing with, I would argue, a lot less than the kind of anxiety you're about to deal with, right? And it's like I get thinking like you might never get there, but also I would say who knows, right? Like I mean, like I think you could. I don't think it's outside the realm of possibility that you could afford a really nice vacation at some point in your life if you get some of your shit together. Like maybe it's not next year,
Hmm.
maybe it's not in the next couple years, but you will go on this vacation, and you're also talking to somebody who I did vacation with my family in Greece, and it fucking sucked compared to when I would go by myself. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like it's not, I'm telling you, it is not worth it. You'll go there, and not only will you not enjoy it, and look, you'll have a couple nice things. Greece is beautiful. It's great, whatever. You will have a better time at fucking Wildwood, New Jersey on the boardwalk without your fam. It'll fucking feel like
Yeah.
Greece compared to like what the most beautiful place in the world will feel like with your fucking family. Like, you don't want that. And also, my hunch is, you know, your dad, people that are like high functioning, you know, alcoholics, whatever, like you said, raised by nannies, that kind of stuff. It seems like they think they can buy your love. That's just my guess,
Oh,
right?
for sure.
So
Yeah, 100%.
You know, when you're younger and you don't know any better, and maybe that's even the pattern you're in, where you're like, well, that is what love is. When I get something nice, that means my dad loves me. We all know, we're adults now. We know that's not how that shit works. But
Yeah.
this would actually be, A, you would have a bad time, and you just shouldn't go because of that. But B, you got to break the pattern of accepting those kind of like bribes for their bad behavior, you know? And
I
this is a
know.
huge bribe, and it just seems like he's just upping the ante because he knows how shitty being around him and his wife is. So he's like, fuck, what can I do that's borderline crazy to turn down? And you found, and you know, he found it, but you know, you still got to pay for your husband. It sounds like it's not totally free.
You go to the negotiating table, be like, let's add air flight for my husband, and let's also get a separate hotel from wherever you guys are staying.
And
I think it would be a separate hotel room, if that makes a difference.
yeah. I mean, no, it doesn't.
Yeah.
So that's our take. And also, here's the other thing. Greece is like, you know, I don't know what type of people they are, you know, all expense paid trip to Greece, whatever. Greece is also a place you could go. I mean, I know the flights are expensive, but it's like, if you don't go to the touristy islands, you know, if you don't go to like fancy shit, Greece is the kind of place you can have an excellent vacation. And then if you're like, you know, if you could go in late September when it's a little cheaper, or when it's still warm, you know, the beaches are still nice. Like, if you can get a pretty good vacation, and the thing, you know, the food is cheap. You're not doing much. You don't have to pay for like events. You're going to the fucking beach. You know what I mean? Like, you can get a pretty nice vacation in Greece that's not the way like a rich person would go, and it's actually a better vacation, I would argue. I've gone both as a poor person and as a rich person, and it's the same exact vacation, truly.
Samantha, let me offer up a real solution here to you. Forget
No,
about
don't
shitty
go-
Greece.
No.
Go to beautiful Albania. You'll catch beautiful landscapes, beautiful views, beautiful beaches set against mountaintops like you've never seen before. Forget these shitty little islands in Greece.
You don't want that, Samantha. You don't want
and
to
your
compound
dollar,
issues.
your hard-earned American dollar will go a lot further in Albania than in fucking grifting ass Greece, where the economy's fucking been tanked for 30 years.
Funnily enough, when my dad brought up Greece, I said Greece and Albania, and he was like, "What?" And he's like, "No, just Greece."
Albania is your sanctuary, sister. You got the devil's serpent is fucking dangling Greece on the string for you.
Okay, he makes a horrible point, but I will say, as someone who does love Greece more than anywhere, that's alternative vacations where you get a little something, like even the Caribbean, even other places in Europe, like you can get a little taste of an islandy kind of vacation for where you're at now, and you'll be so much better off than going with your family. But you can't do it. You certainly can't. Me and your therapist both. Me, your therapist, Eldest, the Albanian Tourism Board. We're all against you going on this vacation.
Okay, thank you.
You got
I appreciate it.
We're happy. We're happy to
Seeing
do it.
you in March in Vancouver, and
All right.
super stoked. So,
Hell yeah! See you then.
And thanks for the advice.
Of course.
Good luck. Keep us posted.
Thank you.
Bye. Wow.
Damn, dude. Fucking, that's just not worth it. You get old enough, you're like, you realize.
I know. When she was telling it, I was like, well, she could go, and then maybe they just do their own thing, but it just wouldn't
That's
be like
not how
that.
it goes ever.
Yeah.
And they have this thing. They have another annoying thing to bring up when you've called them on their horrible behavior. It's like, oh, I guess the trip to Greece was horrible too, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I was working to get you to pay for your college. and take you to Greece. I guess I'm such a bad guy for that. I mean, that's the funny thing is like I hear these people, I'm like, damn, I didn't like to have an abusive poor family is hysterical. Like, it's like they have nothing to even throw at you except I left my family in Greece. Like, I left my family. It's like you don't fucking like your family that much. Anyway, good for her.